Yo, what is going on, everyone? And welcome to this Extreme Rules 2022 Fallout edition on my YouTube channel, representing the World Elite Podcast. I am your host for this evening, Marcus, at MarcusElite337 on Twitter. And joining me, of course, one of the great buddies of ours from the End Time Wrestling Podcast, Justin is in the house. What is up, man?
He's got the whole world in his hands. I swear I've watched that video like 20 times already. Holy shit.
I think the reaction alone just made that return even more special than just the whole 9 yards.
Oh
But
my God.
a couple of questions before we get to all this fallout of Extreme Rules. Did this show out top WrestleMania?
That's tough. That's tough. It might. I think it gave it a run for its money. That's for damn sure. For what, 6 matches compared to a 2-night freaking show? I don't know. It may have given it a run for its money. It may have done it just by the ending itself.
This might be the simplest question of all. Did this return top Cody's return to WWE?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Cody return got me big time, but this one was just astronomically better.
Yeah. This was one we knew was coming. We just didn't know when. How even like throughout the show, you saw the little tease at the beginning of the match. It looked like a video game style. The bunny finding the X and then just crawls in the X. And, you know, at the end of the night after the main event, I'm like, well, no return. And then when I saw the Titantron went off, I said, oh, shit. And then it goes off. And then we hear he got the whole, I'm like, fucking right. And then the whole concept, which we're going to start the show with that. How about that? We'll start it off with Bray's return that we have been hoping for. And it's funny, for weeks, you remember the rumors? People were like, oh, what if it's Baron Corbin? Oh, what if it's Bad Bunny? Oh, what if it's this person, that person? And now, fuck you, Jerk Sheets. It's Bray Wyatt.
God, I'm telling you, if they did not deliver Bray, it would have been a massive letdown. But my God, just having him come back out there, and again, we knew this was coming. We knew it was just by all the hints they were giving us. And it's like, it didn't matter anyway. Freaking everybody lost their fucking minds for this. It was incredible.
I said I gave this whole show a 4.5 out of 5. Bray's return alone, I gave it a solid 5, plus the crowd in Philly. I gave themselves alone a 5-star rating.
Oh, I mean, I would probably give the show, I would say maybe a 4. I don't know if I'd give it a 4 and like 4.5 or anything like that. I think I'd give it a solid 4 because there's only one match really that just kind of doesn't deliver. Other than that, like the rest of the show is just incredible.
Well, I have 2 matches in mind when we get to them, but you know they show like in the crowd, they show the pig, they show the fucking rabbit, they show fucking the female doll, which I'm like, is that Alexa Bliss dressed under that shit? And then you see the Fiend mask. Then it goes off, and then you see like an abandoned Firefly Funhouse, and we got Mr. Beardman, and he got himself a little Jim Anvil Neidhart look there. It's ladies and gentlemen, we got Jeremy, the second half of the End Time Wrestling Podcast, in the house. What did you think? Going good. What did you think of Bray's return?
It's everything. I was getting worried at one point. I was getting worried that it wasn't going to happen. And then the fact that it actually did happen, it was so great.
And then they show the abandoned Firefly Funhouse, and then, you know, the TV crack. And then you see like he's got a new mask now. I like it. And then they show this like crazy door entrance. Look like it's in a tree. And then here he comes with the lantern, but he's wearing a new creepy mask, which I'm good with it. It looked like maybe something from the Black Phone, like kind of. And then he just rips it off, and then that crowd went 10 times louder than they did when Cody came back. And he's like, I'm back, and then blows it out, and then he gets a new logo, and then the screen goes off. the only takeaway I'll take on this return is Michael Cole. Are we still on the air? We can fucking hear you. Yes, you're still on the air. Which I can't hate on Michael Cole too much when we get to him later in the show. But yeah, so Jeremy, I told him, I said, did this show out top WrestleMania? And did Bray's return out top Cody's return?
Bray's return definitely outweighed Cody's, but I feel like WrestleMania was the better show overall, in my opinion, that is.
Where would you rate this one then?
This show was still like a good 3.5.
I knew his was going to be different because he was talking about when we were talking about it during the show, and I was like, I can tell his opinion's going to be different here. I can feel it.
Now, I didn't watch the kickoff. Was there any matches on the kickoff that I don't know about? I figured not.
No.
That's good they keep it that way. Just keep it like a countdown, like NFL countdown or college game day or something. Keep it like just the podium talking and getting you hyped up. No need to throw a jobber match to get the crowd waking up from their little mini nap before the show goes live on Peacock. So we kick it off with a bang. We get the good old-fashioned Donnie Brooks 6-man tag. The Brawling Brutes taking on Imperium. What a fucking match. What a way to kick off. I said, hands down, if this show don't improve, this could be the match of the night. And this was a tight race with 2 other matches down the line. But, I mean, and this was going back and forth. You know, they were throwing the fucking bar stools. People were getting hit with shillelaghs. This one went to the Brawling Brutes, which I didn't watch SmackDown, but when I heard Gunther retained his Intercontinental title, I said, the Brawling Brutes are going to win this. This is technically Sheamus's match. This was only the second one they've done in WWE, and he was in the first with Drew McIntyre not that long ago for a title shot at Clash of the Castle. So give me your rundown and your take on the Donnybrook match with Imperium and the Brawling Brutes.
Go ahead, you first.
This match was just a car wreck, and it was like the good type of car wreck, I should say. It was just 6 men beating the ever-living shit out of each other, and it's what Gunther and Sheamus have been doing the past month that they've been feuding, and it was so good.
I mean, it was a hell of a way to bounce back after what happened on SmackDown. Because holy shit, they beat the shit out of each other on SmackDown, and then of course you had the controversial moment to me that just still kind of gives me that, okay, maybe, because for those that didn't see it, the whole, that the possible did he tap out thing, to me that kind of killed a lot of momentum for that match going on at the end, but it was still just such an awesome match. But then you get this one, and it's just they just beat the shit out of each other last night, and now they're going to beat the shit out of each other again. I'm loving this Gunther Sheamus stuff. It is fucking awesome. It's just everybody just beating the snot out of each other, whether it's Brawling Brutes or the rest of Imperium. It's just fucking awesome. And this match, just again, straight up fight. Loved it. Absolutely fucking loved it.
Do you think this is the end of the line with this rivalry, or it's far from over?
Not done yet. Not done yet.
I think they have at least 2 more matches.
I think they have one more.
I think they have 2 more with just Sheamus and Gunther.
Well, things about to get more turned up because, ladies and gentlemen, from the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, it's the Ward Matt Ritter in the house. I know you're smiling in the outside, but I know deep down inside you must be fucking devastated right now with how that main event turned out. But we're not talking about the fight pit match yet. Give me your take on Bray Wyatt's return.
It was fucking awesome. The entire thing, even though we knew it was coming, and I tried to sit there and deny it just in case they swerved us and it was Gacy or something stupid. It all led up to this, the entire thing. I mean, I have not been lost in a moment in wrestling in a very, very, very long time. And I was gasping and excited, and I felt like a child again. And it was as good as the last time I came, which was probably an hour before that. So
I think I kind of had a wet dream myself when I just saw all this shit happen. And then he just walked out with his new mask. Looked like he took from the Black Phone. And you're rocking the Yowie Wowie Fiend shirt.
Of course I am.
Hands down, I'm rocking Jason, Freddy versus Jason tonight.
Oh, no, it was fucking fantastic. I was so stoked. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and I know it's a trope of Triple H from NXT to throw up the sign and then have somebody attack or something happen. So I'm like, all right, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. It's either he's coming out or there's going to be a QR code that says, hey, we'll see you Monday, and they're going to hold it off till Halloween, one of the two. And the lights went out and it started playing, and I'm like, there's still a chance like he's not actually going to show up. Like they may reveal who it is, but he might not be here, because that was one of the rumors I heard. And then I saw the door and the Firefly Funhouse, and we bounced from all of the characters from the Firefly Funhouse as real people in the crowd, and the door opens, and then the lights go out, and then the lantern glows, and I came harder than I have come in at least 5 years.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what took
Now-
me so long, is I had to clean myself up afterwards.
Well, see, I knew it was eventually coming. See, I've been desperately waiting all night. The little teaser at the beginning of the show where it looked like a video game and the rabbit finds the X, and then like X marks the spot. Then I'm like, well, wait, is he going to come out there in the strap match? Is he going to come out there in the I Quit match? And I'm like, nope, he didn't. And like, hopefully he shows up at the end, and he shows up. And again, I'm telling them, you're probably going to give me the same answer that these two guys gave me. Did that return out top Cody's return at WrestleMania?
Oh, fuck yes.
He's
Cody
fucking-
Rhodes. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Cody Rhodes. But like Bray is another level for me. Like, there are few in my pantheon of favorite wrestlers that come near the levels of a Bray Wyatt or the Undertaker. Very, very few. So there is really nobody currently wrestling today, not even probably the next closest being Aleister Black, that I would have popped as hard for as I would have Bray Wyatt. So
Now that he is back, what should they do with him next? Who should he just go straight into a storyline with?
you should murder Alexa Bliss. Because she ruined WrestleMania. And then after that, he can go to Randy Orton's home where he's crippled from carrying Riddle on his back and murder Randy Orton, set him on fire in his bed, in his body cast. And then he can beat the living shit out of Riddle till I don't care when. But never, ever let Riddle get a win over Bray Wyatt. So
I was gonna say put the title on him as quickly as you can,
no,
but
don't
not
do that.
yet. Not yet.
Here's the thing. The problem that people had with The Fiend was they built him up to be this character, and it's the same issue that they had with Goldberg, where once you put a title on them, it's almost impossible to find a satisfying way to take the title off them. He's not a character that needs a title. Undertaker didn't have a lot of title runs because he wasn't a character that needed a title. He'd get into situations and feuds where it may have called for him to win the title or be in a title match, but to be who he is, he does not need a championship. Bray has held championships. I'm happy with the WWE title run that he had, even though he lost it to Randy and that never got rectified. You know, all of his Universal title runs ended on some bullshit. So, like, let's not put ourselves there again and set ourselves up for disappointment, because you put it on him, then you've got to figure out a way to take it off, and there's never a satisfying way to do it. AEW's got the same problem with Jade Cargill right now.
AEW, that they just dug their grave after that return. They basically just dug their grave.
Yep.
There's literally nothing. I don't think nothing they can do now to out top that. I don't think they'll ever win another. They wasn't even winning that many ratings wars with them. They not winning another one ever again. Tony Khan's probably just overdosed on cocaine, and I don't know if it just broke worldwide news yet, but might as well start digging a grave for him and put AEW on the side with it, because there's no fucking
I wouldn't
way.
go that far. They still have as much of a fan base as they need, and those people are going to tune in, and they're going to get the ratings to keep them on TV. And there are still people that, you know, have a bad taste in their mouth from WWE want to go do things that AEW is, because even though AEW now has signed Moxley to a contract where he can only wrestle with their partners, he still gets to go wrestle in New Japan. He still gets to go do these things that guys like Daniel Bryan and other people want to do that WWE is not going to let him do, at least not right now. So I don't think that they're dead in the water. Do I think that they're ever going to overtake WWE unless a large percentage of the fan base prefers that style of wrestling to what WWE is giving them, which I don't foresee happening. No, probably not, unless, all of the sudden every MMA and boxing fan who thinks wrestling's fake decides AEW is the shit and tunes over to what, probably not. So, but I don't think they're going anywhere. I don't think they're dead.
Well, no, I'm not. What I meant, like, they're not dead. Like, oh, they're going out of business. They're just. I don't know if they can win another ratings war unless they just bring.
They've never won a ratings war,
or whatever the marks, these so-called marks, are saying. Oh, they're in a war with WWE when technically there really wasn't, because WWE never really shot no fires. They just kept antagonizing them. They always got to throw their names in or just throw something they've done, and WWE just kept moving on and just like. Let them say what they want. We're gonna just do our shit. You let them do what they want to do. They just be the last one laughing, especially after the Bray Wyatt comeback. But what did you think of the Donnybrook match with Imperium and the Brawling Brutes?
Oh, dude, they kicked the shit out of each other. And I said it last night on our show. I was like, that's the match you want to start the show with. We were talking about it and debating which match you kick it off with and what the final match was going to be. And I'm like, if you want to start it hot, you start it with Gunther, Sheamus, Butch, Ridge Holland, Giovanni Vinci, and Kaiser Roll, and they did. So, and yeah, no, they went all over the place. They beat the shit out of each other. They pulled out extended shillelaghs and beat each other with shillelaghs. We got a Celtic cross on a table. Just great shit. They beat the living dog shit out of Gunther 3-on-1. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was a great way to start the show.
What did you guys think of the whole shit with the Miz backstage with Gritty?
I don't know who the fuck Gritty is, but I loved it because I knew it was leading to Dexter Lumis, and I don't care if Dexter ever wrestles a match as long as he shows up every week and cuddles the Miz to sleep. I am happy.
Gritty was that Flyers mascot that kept trying to give him that shirt and doing his little belly dance and shit. I knew Dexter wasn't doing the moves in there. I was wondering who the fuck was under that costume, unless it was just a second hand that they brought in from like the indies to do that role. I don't know. Unless they did hire a professional mascot guy to do it on camera.
The Phillies are a baseball team, right?
The Flyers, the hockey team.
Okay. Yeah, I don't watch hockey. Last time I watched a baseball game was 2005 when the Sox won the World Series. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a basketball game, but Michael Jordan was playing for the Bulls. And the last time I watched a full season of football that wasn't the Super Bowl, Jay Cutler was still quarterbacking for the Bears, and I just gave up on life altogether when it came to football. So,
well, Justin and Jeremy, what was your take with the Miz being confronted with Gritty, the Flyers mascot? Did you think it was Dexter Lumis at first, or what you thought it was somebody else?
Well, like the first two times, it was obvious that it was whoever was underneath the mascot. But when they did it the third time around, I was like, okay, this time I feel like Gritty's going to be a little different, and the Miz is going to be like, oh, what's the matter? You're not dancing now, and then Dexter's just going to lift the head off, and it's going to be Dexter, and he's going to lock him in the submission, put him to sleep, cradle him, and like sing him a lullaby.
Take it from the guy who's not crazy for the Miz. I've been enjoying every fucking second of this, and I actually enjoyed this to the freaking T, just because I'm loving Dexter, just putting him to sleep every fucking time. It is absolutely entertaining as fuck, and kind of with Ritter, even if he doesn't ever wrestle a damn match at all, just to keep seeing this every week, sign me up for it, because it is absolutely entertaining as fuck.
And Matt just made a point. Dexter don't have to wrestle. I just love this shit he's doing with the Miz, stalking him, putting him to sleep. And just, I want to see Indy Hartwell involved too. Like, I just want to see more Dex. Like, I'm loving this chemistry they have together. What is up, T?
Yo.
What's up, y'all? Matt, what's going on, homie?
what up, Jess?
How's everybody doing?
I'm trying not to fall asleep after I came so hard. We've already started.
Did we start the watch along? Is this the watch along or?
This is the Fallout.
Oh fuck! I hit the wrong link, guys. I'm sorry.
Whoa, it's nice seeing you,
I'm just,
buddy.
kidding, I'm just kidding.
We got a comedian on the show, people.
What's up, Justin? Jeremy, just in time.
What up, brother?
What's up, dude?
How the hell are you, man?
Pretty good. I mean, yeah. How many of us had a what's that called? What do you call it, Matt? Post nut clarity.
Yes, post nut clarity.
Oh, I lost count, but yeah.
Man, that was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, the production value was like on some Blumhouse shit, you know what I'm saying? And the way they had the multiple different characters in the crowd, that was also pretty dope too. It was just amazing, man. I mean, come on now. I mean, what else could you ask for? White Rabbit.
All I can say is thank God they delivered it, because if they didn't, holy shit, there would have been hell.
They'd have fucking rioted, and Philly's one of them crazy crowds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, what did you? I asked them. What did you think of the first match on the card, the Donnybrook match with Imperium and the Brawling Brutes?
You know what's funny? I thought we were just talking. I didn't know this is actually an episode.
Well, it's just a little get together. I mean,
okay.
It's not. It's not going on audio or nothing. It's just staying on my YouTube
just
channel.
Chit chat. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I because I was out doing stuff. The only thing I saw was the fight pit match. So I have yet to watch the rest of the show.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I can live through y'all. So
Yeah, I mean, we got the End Time Wrestling Podcast who explain it better than anybody else. Matt's the same way. They all the same level when it comes to rundowns like that. They know for doing it just like that. When you put your sex vocabulary in it, it makes it even better. Especially after.
Speaking of sex vocabulary, I've been watching a lot of House of the Dragon. Justin and Jeremy, I'm going to need your hands above the table at all times so I know that there's no funny business going on.
Like his episode says, acknowledge these nuts.
It does.
I love that title.
I thought I laughed harder at his previous title because that one was funny as hell too.
The war show? Is that the
War
one?
Joe fucks hard?
Yes. Yeah.
That got us in trouble.
And
Whoops.
YouTube didn't like that.
Well, YouTube could go fuck themselves. Solo Strap On was another funny name too.
So yeah.
All right, then we get Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan in an Extreme Rules match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and Matt made a good point. The way how the match ended, where she damn near choked her out with her legs, but everyone was laughing at the part where she screamed in her face and she slapped the piss out of her. She got beat the fuck up with a goddamn karate belt, fucking kendo stick, you name it.
Judo belt.
Judo belt, yeah. Karate, jiu-jitsu. Judo.
They're all different. They all have different names.
I'm sure they do, yeah, but I just don't keep up with them all.
You should.
Too much to learn.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but I think I retweeted your tweet when you were talking about the way Liv Morgan passed out in between Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I completely agree with smiling while passing out, squashed between a woman's legs. I fully understand that vibe that Liv was giving, and if I was in that position, Ronda or anyone else, I would too. Like
Same.
Now, why couldn't Dominic could do the same with Rhea Ripley when she choked him with her legs?
Dominic's a pussy.
And she wouldn't choke him. She'd kill him.
They obviously fucking in the back. It's like she's just like all over him too much, always whispering in his ear too much. Like I'm gonna fuck you
No.
somehow.
Dom
some way.
is friend zoned.
You think he's friend zone? You think he's friend zone?
Rhea dresses him up like a lesbian, parades him out on TV.
Oh shit! Well, what was y'all take on the match itself? I mean, this was going to be my piss break of the night, but I kind of sat down and damn near pissed myself watching Liv Morgan take the ass beating from Ronda Rousey that the crowd was behind, and technically they got what they want. They got the title off of Liv, and it's back on Ronda, which I don't really give two shits with Ronda. Yeah, she's tough and she's dangerous, but she just can't cut a promo to me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's 100%. I think we all agree that Ronda can't swallow. I mean, Ronda can't talk. So like, yeah, she definitely needs a mouthpiece to speak for her.
See, I don't think she needs to talk. Like Goldberg didn't really talk. He again in his run, he was just like, "You're next," and did his thing. But like during the match, when she hit Liv in the stomach with the baseball bat, and then did the like that was entertaining as shit. Just let her do stuff. Like just let her hurt people. And then like pose and mock them. Like, and I'm good with that. I never need to hear her speak again. That's not why I watched Ronda Rousey. That is not why anyone has ever watched Ronda Rousey, was to hear what she had to say. It was to watch her hurt people. So just let her hurt people and then fucking mock them. I thought the match was great to the point that they lost the chair and had to miss that spot. And then everything kind of got jumbled until the table spot. So other than that, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was women hitting each other with baseball bats and choking each other out with belts and all sorts of fun things. So,
well, I have the exact opposite opinion. I thought the match sucked. I thought the match sucked. It was very sloppy, and I just think Ronda and Liv, the chemistry between the two is basically non-existent, to the point that when they do try to wrestle, they're like, it's very clashing between the two. And this match just not like all the sloppiness. Sometimes it was their fault, but also like you brought up the chair falling out, and like some of the sloppiness was not against them, but then there was also some sloppiness that was against them as well.
What's your favorite Ronda Rousey Liv Morgan match?
I hope not SummerSlam.
I don't know how the hell you could like that SummerSlam match. That fucking thing just shit the bed just by the ending. Like,
I mean, I guess by default, I would technically say Money in the Bank.
Sure.
Yeah, I just got let down by this. Like, I was kind of hoping for something good out of it, and I just got let down by it. Like, just way too sloppy, and just having Ronda win the title back to me just sucks. Like, I get SmackDown's women's division needs a lot right now, but you could have had Liv have a better run than this. Like, you shit the bed on it immediately just by having her with the stupid shitty finish at SummerSlam, and it's like you tried to rebound with it by having her beat Shayna clean, which kind of made up for it a little bit, and then just it went right back to Ronda, and it all just kind of felt like all kind of pointless in the end, and I was just disappointed by it because I was I was so invested in Liv being champion, and it was just like SummerSlam brought it down immediately. She goes, beats Shayna clean, and I get like invested again, and then I'm just like, oh, it's gonna end, isn't it? And that's exactly what happened. And I was just completely underwhelmed by it, and just a really not that interesting and a pretty sloppy ass match.
Hey, Justin, can we agree that Mandy Rose is better than Liv Morgan?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000%.
I'm waiting for them to get called up next. Eventually, it's coming.
The Toxic Attraction?
I don't know how they're not yet. It's like,
I don't either. Mandy Rose is one of the best women's champions WWE's seen in years.
Yep. V-trigger me, daddy.
And then with Halloween Havoc coming up, I mean, is she going in a feud with how do you say her name? I don't want to say it wrong, like everyone does say it, that y'all mentioned in one of your previous episodes.
Alba Fry, as they call her.
Yeah, Alba Fries.
Oh, Alba Fire.
Yeah,
Alba Fire. Yeah, or Kaylee Ray, whatever. Or I'm used to calling her.
Oh yeah. That's her. Yeah, right. That's right. That's her name, Kaylee Ray. Doesn't
That
Albo
was
Fire
on
sound like some type
fire.
of medication that you have to take?
Yeah, it's not like some cream you put on your ass if it's on fire.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like something to handle your COPD or some shit. Like,
Oh fuck. Oh shit. That even hurt. Good God. All right. Another match I kind of was like, I was less interested in. We get the strap match with Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. Karrion Kross's entrance with Scarlett's fucking bangers. It's cool. I like it. Even though she don't even have to sing. She just did her last part, like the fall and pray, and then he pops out. I'm surprised they didn't come out first. That Drew had to come out first with his sword and raise it, and he ain't stabbing the fucking ground anymore, you know. He ain't chopping ring ropes anymore like he was doing with it. But I didn't realize the match didn't start when they were taking it through the fucking crowd, and then once they both got in the ring, then the bell rang, and I'm like, wait, this whole fucking time the match never started?
Do you not watch with like the sound on? Because Corey Graves and Michael Cole like 15 times. Well, the match does not start until Karrion Kross doesn't have the strap on, so the match isn't official yet. Like they just kept like yelling it in. Like, do you watch? How do you not watch with sound?
Well, I mean, I kept flipping back and forth. You know, I was going to check on a score of a game in one room and shit, and like, yeah, there's the rule where like I thought that maybe the match went on, and you know, if it slides off your hand, you have to automatically put it back on, or you get DQ'd or somewhere. The match is off and other person wins. Like they have a certain amount of time to put it back on. I didn't really realize it didn't start. I kept flipping channels.
A bull rope match between Vader and Hollywood Hulk Hogan, where Hulk Hogan won by carrying Ric Flair from corner to corner, and he wasn't even in the match. Rules don't fucking matter in wrestling.
Jesus.
And then Scarlett gets involved. She sprays pepper spray in Drew's eyes. And then Karrion Kross hits that fucking little elbow to the head. He needs a better finisher.
The cross hammer.
What happened to his other finisher?
I hate it.
what was the other one that he was using?
The cross jacket. The Tasmission.
Chris
He was doing the
Cross.
Tasmission. Yeah. Crisscross applesauce.
When I saw him do that, I'm like, get something else. I think of the Judas Effect or something when he was doing that.
Right.
Outside of Aleister Black's Black Mass, I am not a huge fan of strikes as finishers. And like obviously the Sweet Chin Music, but like in general, especially there are exceptions. There's JBL's, clothesline from hell, but in general, running knees, forearms, spinning back elbows, like it doesn't do it for me as a finisher. Personally, I'd rather have him choke people out with the cross jacket. Yes, Justin.
What about the Claymore?
Which one?
What about the Claymore though?
Ooh.
Like,
what about Big Show's punch? How does that work?
Get the fuck out of here with the WMD.
Fuck that.
I mean, he's 7 foot. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Who gives a fuck?
I'll give it to like with the Claymore, it's not something that you see regularly. Like you can see a spinning back elbow, you can see a spinning forearm to the back of the head. Like all of these things are moves that you see people regularly do, and he's not doing it any more fantastically than anyone else really. There's not any speciality or oomph to it. He almost missed it and then put the fucking pepper spray in his own face after the pin. Like went to go wipe his eyes and pepper sprayed himself for a second. But I mean the Claymore is like the laziest drop kick I've ever seen, but also like insanely impactful.
Yeah.
Just avoid the whole fucking 3, 2, 1 countdown.
I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that either. Yep.
They're trying to make it like the Sweet Chin Music, and
but let me tell you, I'm about to kick you in the face. Like,
yeah, why not? It's like, do we complain when Randy Orton fucking dry humps the mat and beats his fist really hard against it before he RKOs somebody?
I mean, it's kind of uncalled for. He don't really need to do it. I like when he just does it out of nowhere and don't expect it coming. And Braun Strowman, I know he's back. I haven't been keeping up with him, but please tell me he's not doing the choo-choo shit.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh,
No, he still
Jesus
is.
fucking Christ.
He does it, but he's not singling for it. You know, what I'm
And they
saying?
don't
Like,
do
it's-
train noises during it anymore, thank God.
Oh, thank
yeah.
Thank you. I think that was just a Thunderdome thing.
Yeah,
I think it was a Vince McMahon thing. I think Vince found it funny and amusing, and
I found it funny and amusing when he fucking ran into the Max Male models. By the way, Justin, I know you're happy LA Knight is back on SmackDown.
Yeah.
yeah. Which Justin are you talking to?
Well,
Both.
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
mainly just in time because he complained about that more than anything on his show. Like, I'm seriously fucking over this Max
I
Male
hate
model
it.
shit.
The
I
Maximum
hated
Models?
Maximum
No?
Models. It was awful. It was
I hated it.
awful.
I hated it too. What are they gonna do with those three next?
Mansoir and
And the
You put
chick.
Mansoor back to Saudi Arabian Undertaker, and you fucking put Mace back with T-Bar, and you have a giant ass fucking tag team to go wreck shit.
What about the girl?
okay, so those are all terrible
Doesn't do anything
ideas.
in the first place.
Those are all terrible ideas.
No, I
Um,
liked Mace and T-Bar as a tag team, but they got fucking shafted because, you know, how the hell would you not want to see 2 6'8", almost 7 foot tall guys as a tag team and actually incredibly fucking athletic and not see them as a tag team and go, they can wreck that whole entire tag division if they wanted.
But the reason it's terrible is because you keep saying Mason T-Bar, and that is where the entire issue with that tag team exists, is the names Mason T-Bar.
Okay, fine.
For
Get
now-
Dio and Dijakovic then.
Yeah, Double D.
Double
Come on.
D.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right now, they're going to feud with LA Knight. LA Knight's going to get some matches under him, probably beat both Mansoir and Massey. They're probably going to stay a comedy gimmick for a little while until they figure out something else they want to do with them. I mean, that tag, surprisingly, for as long as we didn't really have tag teams in WWE, that tag roster is getting very bloated very fast for having one set of tag team belts between two shows.
True.
They're doing these season premieres of Raw and SmackDown. You think eventually down the road they're gonna have to do something with those unified titles. They're gonna have to split them somehow.
Maybe.
Hey, they want to keep it with the whole one title kind of thing again, like Brock was doing originally back then. Like, I'd be fine with it.
Now, what about this so-called shakeup and draft that they were talking about coming back?
Fuck the draft at this point.
Is that just like a rumor thing, or is that really gonna happen? The whole shakeup thing.
I thought it was a rumor at first. But
Okay.
it,
I mean,
it would have happened. It would have probably happened by now, and they haven't been
Right,
advertising it because Survivor Series is coming up, but now they're focusing more on it being War Games instead of Raw versus SmackDown, and they're not going down that path of having Raw versus SmackDown storylines. They just, I don't know.
Normally,
I
the
guess
shakeups and drafts happen on the season premieres or the week before the season premieres, so that you have the new rosters for the season premieres. Even though it's only a month before Survivor Series, and it never made sense, and they never actually cared about the brand split ever.
And the only thing they've been advertising on the season premiere is the DX 25-year reunion without Daddy Ass.
right.
Well, yeah, because he's busy scissoring. You can't suck it and scissor. It is physically impossible, ladies and gentlemen, to suck it and scissor at the same time.
Can't
Is
suck
it?
and sit there.
Yes.
Hold on.
Someone had the nerve to ask, like, someone had the nerve to ask me, what's scissoring like? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't have a vagina.
You don't have to have a vagina to scissor.
I mean, would you rather him say scissor me daddy ass or sword fight me daddy ass?
Ooh, depends on
scissor
how
me,
big
Daddy
the
Ass.
sword is. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's much bigger, then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
Scissoring is erotic. Sword fighting sounds violent and painful.
yes. Like I would have questions for the sword. I'd be like, is the sword double-sided? Is it circumcised?
Is it circumcised? Is a very good question.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I would be asking. You know, like what's the handle like? You know, because
Are we dealing with like a regular lightsaber situation, or is this like a Darth Maul?
there you go. Right. Exactly. exactly. And then can you like put lotion on the tip just so there's no friction? It's that
Well, that's what I'm
those
saying. No,
questions.
when you scissor, you scissor, but when you're sword fighting, there's a lot of stabbing and poking
Yes.
and like
Yes.
that doesn't sound fun. So yeah, absolutely, I'd rather get scissored than sword fought.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Justin, Jeremy,
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the
Where's your
DX. We're talking about the DX reunion without Billy Gunn. They've been advertising it like 2 or 3 weeks now, and we're only going to get 4 of the original members. Well, technically, without China. We know China's passed away, but the only other living member that's still alive won't be there because he's in AEW. He's in another promotion.
well, I mean, theoretically, there were 3 original members, and one of them was Rick Rude, who's dead, and the other 2 are going to be there.
Yeah,
So
That's right.
Yeah.
yeah. The original DX with the
What is
DX
that?
with members of the army, with members of the DX army.
what'd you say, Jeremy?
Billy Gunn was at the Hall of Fame induction.
He was at the Hall of Fame induction.
What would really stop Triple H for going, hey, can we take Billy Gunn for like 3 hours of Monday and just send him right back?
The cokehead who at a media scrum was like, "I'm not going to take this shit anymore."
I am serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit. That's how he said it.
I'm not gonna take this fucking shit.
Because he has more money than Jim Crockett Promotions, and
Oh
he's
yeah, that's right.
seriously not going to. I mean, you're his pusher. What you know about that, Mr.
Right.
TK
I mean,
pusher?
That's
well,
what's
I
gonna
mean, we'll
stop
see. I mean, like they let them do like a video thank you to John Cena. I mean, even though that was video,
They
still.
let Jericho even be doing a video for Cena too. Remember that shit?
Right.
And then same thing with Bryan Danielson.
And then they did Broken Skull with Jericho.
Yeah.
So I mean, you never know.
But that was before Triple H booked 2 shows the same weekend as All Out and screwed their numbers up, so they couldn't do as well as last year, even though the card was not as good as last year. And he got really angry. And then all of his top stars decided to punch each other, and then he had to suspend them. Well, that's not true. That's not true. One of their top stars beat up 3 of their other top stars, and then he had to suspend them all. That's more accurate.
That's more
And then
accurate. No, don't
somebody-
forget about the dog, though. Let's not forget about the dog.
Oh no, Kenny
Let's not
was not there to fight. He just wanted to pick up the dog and make sure the dog
let's
was
not forget
okay.
about that. Yeah, let's
That's
not
why
He's an animal lover. I don't blame
He's
him
a
for checking on the dog.
fuckface.
I mean, some people say that AIDS came from a guy fucking a monkey. So, animal lover.
Monkeypox.
Oh dear God.
I don't know where this conversation is going, but Extreme Rules happened tonight.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go to.
Sorry, that's my fault, guys. I'm sorry.
We're already halfway through the show already, so we get to
Did everyone give their thoughts on the strap-on match?
the strap-on match.
No.
No,
No?
strap it on and slap away.
I think Ritter was the only one who did.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Justin, Jeremy, thoughts on carrying with hair, as Juss calls him, carrying Keith Cross, Scarlett, and Drew McIntyre.
I personally, for me, I couldn't get into the match because it was very slow. And the more I watch Karrion Kross, the more I realize what people's criticism of him is that he's a better character than he is a wrestler.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. Like, I came into it just going, yeah, I can't wait to watch these two just beat the shit out of each other with a strap, and damn, they did. Like, yeah, it took a little while to get to the point where the match actually started, but fuck it, I enjoyed it.
See, I don't understand how I listen to your podcast and I don't agree with a goddamn thing you say, but every time we get together, we agree about just about everything. It's very weird to me. It's really weird.
It's just coincidence.
It's just
All we do is argue on Twitter, but then here we're like, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I like this. I like that. Like, Mandy Rose is better than Liv Morgan. Like, yeah, no, we agree on everything. It's crazy.
Bonkers.
Yeah. So we get the ladder match with Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Oh, Bailey. I fucked up there. See, y'all fooled me there. Bianca Belair versus Bailey.
Who the fuck fooled you? Nobody said shit.
I don't know. I got carried away. I got
Was it
carried away.
Chucky?
Yeah.
Bailey and Becky.
It might have been
You look
Chucky.
at Chucky, you saw a redhead, and you're like, oh, Becky Lynch was in that match. Like, is that what happened?
Yeah, that's how she would look after a ladder match, all stitched up and everything. Which I need to check out. Need to finish Chucky on television. I enjoyed that series, by the way.
It was good. We just talked about it.
I want to hear Ritter's opinion on the.
I still need to check out those links you sent me that with the Halloween story and all that. Even though I've watched the movies, I'm rewatching them because I got a little days confused. I watched a movie I didn't have to watch to get ready for Halloween Ends, and you gave me the storyline again about it. And
Yeah,
you sent me 3 links to watch. One or two were from you, and then another one was from another show. I think it was with
They're all from another show. So one's with Botch Spots, and then one's for the other 2 are from the Havoc Hour that I did with Reek and Katie for Reek's show, because that all happened before I started getting off. But
shouts to getting off. That was awesome.
Thank you. It took me a real long time to actually figure out what the fuck we were going to call that show. Like, you should have seen the giant brainstorming session we had. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the ladder match between Bianca Belair and not Becky Lynch, but Bailey.
Yeah. Match was good. I missed a bit of it, but I knew it was going to be 3-on-1. But Bianca was cleaning house. Didn't she like hit a double KOD? Didn't she pick up 2 at the same time and hit him? I know she dropped Io Sky on a ladder. She dropped Io. So you might know more about this match than I did. I watched tad bit of it, and I went and pick up food. And by the time I come back, I heard the bell ring, and then I heard Bianca's theme, and I'm like, holy shit, she beat Bailey. And I was riding on Bailey to win the title, and Damage Control all have gold.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca's feats of strength are incredible. And I know one of my friends was very worried because of the way Triple H booked Bianca, how when he took over, Bianca was going to get booked. And I said it tonight. I'm like, you cannot book Bianca any stronger than single-handedly beating up the entirety of Damage Control by herself and winning this match. So Bianca's fine. But as awesome as some of her feats of strength are, the setup for some of the shit was pretty sloppy, like that double KOD, because you had Io like on her back trying to crawl into position, and it got a little wonky and awkward. Bailey trying to set the ladder up on Bianca's chest, which I knew where that was going. It took a little too long. They had issues with the ladder. Some of the spots would have been cooler if they had gone a little smoother, and not all of that is on them. Like, positioning and timing, and you can't really control inanimate objects, but overall it was a fun match. The ending, as confusing it is to why Bailey was still hanging on to that ladder, still looked cool as fuck. So
they said she took an ass beating on SmackDown. That's why she was walking really slow to the ring. Or you think she was just taking her time playing mind games?
Who, Bailey?
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been both. She did do a spot where she took her knee brace apart and grabbed a piece of the knee brace out of it to use on Bianca. So she might have been playing it up to kind of make Bianca think, hey, I'm still hurt. I'm still beat up, blah, blah, blah. To get to that point. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a good match. Outside of a few of these timing and setup issues, if you'd taken that aside, it would have been a great match. But Justin, Jeremy?
Well, I thought overall it was a good match. Like you brought up, there was some timing and some missteps here and there, but for some reason, when she took her knee brace apart and she showed the metal piece, I thought it was a boomerang. But it just looked like a boomerang when she held it up. I was like, is that a fucking boomerang? And then they're like, it's a piece of her knee brace. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense than it being a boomerang. But I don't know why I thought it was a boomerang. But that, like you brought up, the spot with Io trying to crawl up onto her back with the double KOD, it took a little bit too long to get there. But just overall, with the ladder matches are usually just a clusterfuck to begin with. So overall, I would say it was a pretty good match.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Like, Yeah, there was a few off spots and ladders decided to just randomly break. Like if I was Triple H, I would probably go back with that ladder and just go refund. Like, why the fuck did this ladder just break? Like they didn't even do anything, just pulled it out and it just shattered, which I didn't get on like at all. But like, yeah, the double KOD could have been a little better, but you know, she saved it as much as she could, got what she could out of it, and you know, the fact that she set up that ladder and opened it up, but that one ladder she opened up had no play in the end whatsoever. It was just weird. Like, but other than that, the KOD with the ladder part, the ending was just freaking crazy. Other than that, I enjoyed it. Overall, I would say I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it, Marcus?
Yeah, I did enjoy the little bit I watched of it. I definitely did.
Justin, did you enjoy missing it?
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's good. It sounds like whenever we watch it, it's gonna be a dope match. You know what I'm saying? Especially the camera angles from the bottom, because you know that has a good angle of the women going up.
They used the Wile E. Coyote a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely did at the end. But
like the one thing I do have to ask though is like, did they change the ladders in WWE? Because it just doesn't seem like easy to like put up or open. Like, do you remember back in the day, like they could just open it up and then like it'll just already be standing. Like I feel like they have to take some time with these ladders, or am I wrong?
I thought they looked the same.
They look the same. Okay.
Well, at some point, WWE started painting wood ladders silver so that way they could break people through the wood ladders.
Well, I thought they painted them silver to blend in with the steps and the turnbuckle posts and stuff. Because remember, back in the 2000s, they would be black with like, because the turnbuckle and the steps would be black, and then when they switched to silver, then they painted the ladders the same color.
No, they painted them so they looked like they were metal, even though they were wood. They were trying to hide the fact that they were wood ladders, and they wanted to break people through them.
That I did hear.
They wanted them to look like aluminum ladders so that it looked like it hurt more when they
yeah.
got slammed on them. But the ones that they used to put them through, they painted to match the aluminum ladders. So that way, when someone went through them, it's like, oh my God, he put them through because everything's steel in
A
WWE.
steel
chairs and
yeah.
steel steps and steel dildos and steel ladders. And
How
all
much
sorts
does
of
the
steel
stairway?
things.
It's like something tons or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like 7 tons of steel.
Right.
Or they were like 150, 200 pound steps.
Right.
That can
And then like
that women
Hornswoggle
can
gets
eat.
thrown into it and it moves.
Yeah.
I mean, if I threw Hornswoggle at you, you'd move. So like,
I think I might
that's
too.
true. That's true.
I
Why
would
are we
more than
using
that, and
Hornswoggle
I'd move if I got hit with
projectile?
the Hornswoggle.
I mean, the only different look is like, yeah, I get it when they have like a steel cage or something. They don't use the LED turnbuckle posts. They just use like the normal ones. That way they can connect it and shit. Well, they didn't have like no special sticker or something they put down the whole turnbuckle. It was just a straight silver turnbuckle post. And I'm like, oh, okay. But they forgot to stick some stickers on there to make like a purple or green sticker blend in with the ring apron and shit and the logo and the colors and whatnot. But I mean, it didn't bother me. It was just like, that's kind of odd.
It sounded
but
like it bothered you.
no, it's just
You seem
I'm
very
used-
upset about. Are you upset about this? Or are you upset about the fact that your college foosball team lost and you got to wear orange on your next show?
Yeah, that's why I was definitely picking Bailey because I was like, fuck everything Tennessee right now.
Oh,
Jeez.
We got fucking
Yeah, you got fucked
humiliated.
on that again too. That's twice in a day. Tennessee fucked you.
Yep. Yeah.
what's funny because what Marcus is saying about the whole like splatter and the splatter Extreme Rules look, they put that on the fight pit ramp.
Yeah, the fucking the platform.
Yeah, the platform.
Did not enjoy that. That was dumb.
I liked the look of it. Like I liked how
Yeah,
they constructed it. And they had the little spotlights around it. They even had some
Yeah.
fucking LED lights.
Have you ever seen a fight pit match before? Because my impression,
No.
Weren't the ones on the platform up top originally? Wasn't it steel? Wasn't it actually steel?
no,
Not
it was
It
was
looked
black.
bigger.
It looked like the mat.
It looked bigger.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, it looked wider too.
It looked a lot bigger than NXT's, but I get why NXT's was smaller. And then I'm like, NXT's, they actually had cameramen hanging on the top filming down.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
used a big ass drone camera. They used a lot of fucking Wile E. Coyote shots, which made it look cool. But I tell you what, you said you started watching the Fight Pit, or you watched some of the show already?
The Fight Pit is like basically right in the middle.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to go back and watch the whole show.
Yeah,
Wait till you watch the I Quit match with Finn Balor and Edge. I really enjoyed that whole fucking match. Okay, Finn, I'm liking his like new single entrance version of his Judgment Day theme, but what the fuck was he wearing around his face?
Wait, go
Matt?
ahead.
It was a gimp mask. Also, my OnlyFans subscription to Maki Ito expires tomorrow, and I thought everyone should know that.
Okay.
No, it was like the Kanye West mask, or it was a spiky gimp mask. Like I don't know, like everyone got all excited because they thought they were getting the Demon Finn Balor for this match, and because of the new music, and then he had the mask on, and then everyone was taking masks off tonight. Like it is what it is, and it goes with the whole like bondage theme of the Sexecutioners. You know,
Yes,
Like, they all wear black and leather and chains and handcuffs and whips and nipple clamps and cock rings. Like
The
gimp
true was
masks.
it the bite the chew toy, like whatever they put in their mouth?
Ball
they-
gag.
The
That
ball
is
gag.
not
There
the
you go.
chew toy.
Okay,
You were not supposed to chew on that, Justin.
that's not what they told me last time.
Well, who told you that?
I can't say. I'm sorry.
Was it Charlie?
I can't say.
I think it was Charlie.
Oh no!
let's
No.
move on.
That
Let's move on.
definitely that definitely sounds like a Pretty Kyle or a Charlie thing.
Listen, I cannot say that it's them two or not. So I plead the fifth.
Oh,
No, I mean the match was great. Like I said, they should have given the key to Beth Phoenix for the Roman Reigns KO match because she knows how to work her way around a pair of handcuffs, unlike Paul Heyman. Clearly never been handcuffed in a bedroom because he could not get those things off Roman.
Yeah. So what he was saying was they take it like all around the arena. They're going up the damn walkways. They go damn near in the hallway of the exits, going to the concession. They take it back down, and then at one point, Judgment Day starts coming because you hear a lot of breathing and moaning when the referee got the mic up in their face, like, "Do you want to quit?" And they're like, like getting an orgasm, like that orgasm feeling. That's how they felt. And then they're like,
Do you
"No,
breathe that heavy when you come? I'm actually pretty silent when I come.
no."
I don't
I'm
know about
kind of just like,
you. Yeah. So have you made a lot of guys come that make that noise? I'm wondering where your
No.
reference for why an orgasm sounds like that.
I don't know. That's just kind of like, oh shit, you actually did a good job.
You're crazy.
was one of them the Subway lettuce or the red snapper?
No, this one was a little feistier than that. Kind of like salsa feisty.
Oh,
El Paso?
Tastes like
Did it-
salsa.
Did it burn after you peed when you were done?
No,
It's
I'm
like
trying
that's
to figure out
wrong.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of salsa spicy we're talking about. Like, did it leave a little afterthought?
it lead a little burn taste in my mouth.
Oh,
Oh
What
Jesus!
kind of pussy are you eating?
Obviously
This man
not good.
said-
Obviously not good kind.
This man has said that the vagina that he's eaten has tasted like Subway lettuce, red snapper, or it left a burning taste in his mouth afterwards.
I don't know. I've
Never had any of those experiences after eating pussy, not once.
Well, there's millions of different women in this world, and they all have their
There
own
are.
different scents.
and hygiene rules. And hygiene.
That's the biggest pet peeve of mine too is hygiene.
Yes. I feel like when you put on Tinder, like that should be the first thing you like is like a big thing. Like, what's your hygiene like? You know?
I'm never getting a prostitute in Louisiana.
You want a prostitute? This is just a straight up whore.
Oh God! I'm just having freaking flashbacks. I remember Ritter's story about going to the fucking strip club.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, at least it's not a bathhouse. If you watch the Dahmer series,
Jesus!
I need to finish that.
we did a Fallout episode on that. Me and Dylan. We need
Okay.
to check. We need to check the ratings on that. We heard we had a lot of tune-ins and listened to it.
Nice. Beth Phoenix got concertoed.
Yeah. So here comes Judgment Day. You know, Edge got him in a submission where he's trying to make him quit. Then here comes Damian and Dipshit. They're attacking him, and then Rhea comes and handcuffs him to the ring rope, and she's like fiddling the key. When I saw that, I'm like, "Where the fuck's Beth Phoenix?" Well, before she even comes out, Finn is like whacking the fuck out of him with a kendo stick, and then here comes Rey Mysterio. And can we just give a fucking award for Michael Cole with his dramatic fucking outbursts, especially when Dominic punched Rey Mysterio, and is like, "That's your father, god damn it, you son of a bitch," and all that shit.
I don't know if I want to give an award to Michael Cole or Rey Mysterio, because after that punch, he was gone for like 20 minutes. Like, you are a legend in wrestling. How do you go out like a bitch like that from a forearm from your child? If my child is 2, so this is a little different, but like if my kid ever forearmed me in the back of the head, I'm not going to lay down there for 20 minutes knocked out. Like, not going to fucking happen.
And
unless she's built like me when she's grown up, and then I'm in trouble.
Well, I knew Edge was going to end up having backup coming outside of Ray. Something told me was AJ Styles going to come out and help, because, you know, remember Finn tried to take AJ out, and then he's like, you know, "I'm your friend, I want you to join us." You know, I was waiting for him to come help Edge, but no, he don't show up. Well, here come Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix beating the fuck out of everyone with that Kindle stick. And when Dominic got in there, Dominic's like fucking scared for once. Like, he obviously never tackled hands with a real woman before, and he like backed away. And then her and Rhea go at it, and she gets the key. Edge is unhandcuffed, spears the fuck out of Damian Priest. And then when Dominic got in the ring, I'm waiting for him to get speared out of his fucking shoes, because obviously he doesn't like shoes after what happened at Clash at the Castle. No, he gets kicked in the fucking dick. And that was the highlight of my whole fucking night till Bray Wyatt showed up.
Can you explain to me what it means to tackle hands with a woman?
I don't know. I'm saying Dominic maybe never been with a woman.
Okay. I've never heard that expression before. I didn't know if it was like a down south thing, so I was curious.
Oh, I mean, tackle hands, it could be anything like DTF, you know, PMG. It could be all that shit.
Those are all very different things. Those are not the same thing.
It could mean anything.
It could mean anything. Okay.
It could be in bed, or it could be an actual fist fight.
They beat the shit out of Edge after that, because again, Ray laid down like a bitch after his kid hit him. Beth got knocked out with a pair of brass knucks from Rhea, and then he refused to still give up after like 3 coup de grace off the top rope while being held down.
He was just he already got hit with like 4 spears in a row, and then I thought it was Concerto was coming next. No, he pulls that little bar out. I thought that's where it was over until Rhea came in, and he ain't even had Finn locked around his teeth for like 2 seconds before she got knocked the fuck out with the brass knucks. And then that's when he did like the 4 consecutive coup de grace. And then they're like, "You got one last chance, say it." And then he's like, "Go to hell." And that's what, around this time, I thought this is when Bray Wyatt was going to show up. No Bray Wyatt at the time. And then they get 2 chairs, they put Beth's head in, and then Edge finally says, "I quit," and then they still hit her with a concerto.
See, I didn't want Bray Wyatt to have anything to do with the Sexecutioners, as I call them. You guys call them the Judgment Day. So I didn't understand why everyone was like, "Oh," like, I get that the rumor was Bray was going to come back with Edge, and that's why people thought maybe he'd show up and help Edge, but really? It didn't ever make any sense to me to put those two together. I mean, Edge was not the only person, you know, or all of those vignettes that had, you know, past people that Edge wrestled. Like, there was nothing that dealt with Bray Wyatt in them or anything like that. So I never thought this is where we were going to get Bray. However, shout out to our group chat. We had one guy in the group chat actually call the concerto to Beth Phoenix being the end of the match, and it was. So that was pretty cool.
Shout out.
Jeremy, Justin.
The only thing I was hoping, like, probably like 5 or 10 minutes into this match, I said out loud that I hope that this match between Edge and Balor isn't like it doesn't go as long as Edge and Orton's Last Man Standing match went. It went that it felt like it went that long, but at least it was more entertaining than Edge and Orton's Last Man Standing match. You could tell like halfway through this match that the crowd was starting to get restless. They're like, all right, this match, we don't really care about this match. We just want to get to the main event. And more importantly, we just want to see who this White Rabbit thing is. So you could tell just by the crowd that were like sitting on their hands for half this match. But eventually they woke up, got into the match once the rest of Judgment Day and Ray and Beth got involved. I thought the finish was great, having them threaten to concerto Beth for Edge to quit just for them to concerto Beth anyway. It looked like Rhea like walloped Beth with that chair, and I was like, did she like actually hit her? Because it looked like she actually hit her pretty damn hard. But overall, I thought the match was really good, actually.
So Scott called it. Scott called the concerto. Is that who this Juicy guy is, or that's two different people?
That's Keith. That's Keith from with
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, that's Nick's new co-host, the UW Pod.
Nick's got terrible taste in men.
Well, Well, see, I just realized a couple of new guys. Hell, this guy would be the perfect best friend for Matty Daddy. I mean, look at his profile picture.
Dude, Tim is adding more people to that group than you are people whose vaginas you tasted that left weird taste in your mouth. Like,
That chat is god tier.
Yeah, and then they renamed it the UW Pod again. It was named Sammy is a Loser.
and the
What's
Wolfpack at some point.
Yeah, that was genius. That was genius. Whoever named Sammy as a loser, Dylan went ahead and found a picture of Sammy and put the little like no symbol, no symbol in front of him. I told him to put a target on his face, but no, they did the no symbol.
Aw.
But that was a fucking awesome match. It was everything I expected it to be, but I was hoping. No, I did pick Finn to win, but I didn't. I figured it was going to come down to Edge having to say I quit on behalf of Beth, but I didn't see a concerto coming in the way. I saw like maybe something else.
Did you tweet out at all that we were doing this?
No.
No, you just sent it in StreamYard. You didn't want anyone to come like watch us talk about it.
Well, I posted the YouTube link on my Twitter, and then I copied the link in the group chat. That's how you came in, and
that's how
Wait,
I
you
came
put
in too.
you put the whole link on your Twitter, so like anybody on Twitter can
No. I put the link.
Listen.
I put the link in the group chat.
I
I
was gonna
put
say, this is not an open door policy. You can't just have
No, I
random
put-
strangers from Twitter hopping in this chat. And
No,
shit. I don't
no.
want to talk to those fucking weirdos.
no,
Whoa.
no. No, look, the YouTube link, I copied the YouTube link I tweeted the YouTube link for people to watch.
Okay.
I copied the StreamYard link to the group chat. That's how you came in, and that's how he came in.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I figured Tim was going to show up, but I think Tim was doing a watch along or something, or he hopped on another show.
Yeah, because I was like, let me since I got invited to this new group
I didn't
chat.
even know he was in the group chat. Like, he kept adding, he adds more goddamn people than ATV Network's fucking group chat. And I'm like, okay, yesterday there was like 28 in this group chat. Now there's 31. It's a fucking Royal Rumble in here now.
Yeah, it's a hoot of a time. It's like because I saw the link, I was like, well, I've seen Marcus on Twitter, I've seen obviously Just in Time on Twitter, so I'm like, let me meet some of my friends who I haven't really spoke to, man, obviously is like my brother, so like,
So
I
hopped on with you too. Yeah, I met you on Marks with Mikes. Yeah, I met you on Marks with Mikes.
Exactly. So I was like, let me see my new friends, Let's talk some shit. But yeah, well, okay, so you guys were talking about how the crowd wasn't like really into the match. At like what point do you think the crowd started getting into it? I mean, I could see them
when
showed up.
When Beth? Rhea, and then the "Who's Your Daddy" chant when Dominic confronted Edge.
Okay.
And then he tried to shake his hand. And I'm thinking he's about to get speared or something. No, he gets kicked in the dick. And that was even better. Or whatever he has down there. Coin purse.
Why would he not have a penis?
I don't know. I mean, Rhea might have took it away from him. I mean, she already dressed him like a fucking...
Is your penis detachable? Do you have a detachable penis?
I mean, he...
Does anyone in here have a detachable penis that...
No, sir.
Justin, no? Jeremy?
Oh.
Just in time?
What?
Detachable
What?
penis, yes or no?
Hell no.
Marcus.
No, can't come off.
Okay. So why would you think that Dominic's is just like Velcroed on there?
I don't know. Lord knows he could be a fucking trans. I don't fucking know. I don't
It's
know what
not a
Dominic is.
WWE
What is that?
I don't know what he's
Wait.
packing down there.
So how does that
There's
work?
nothing
really?
wrong with that if he is. However, this is not a WWE title belt. You just don't fucking Velcro it on and Velcro it off when you want to take it off. Like, that's not how
Well,
genitalia works.
whatever
Either
he
it's there or
wherever
it's
he
not.
kicked him. If he kicked him in the dick, he kicked him in the nuts. It was funny as hell to me.
How does
He
that
got
work?
kicked and he went
How's that
down
work,
and
man?
never got back up.
How does what work?
The detachable penis that you're talking about. How does that work?
It's not a real thing. That's why I was confused as to why he's like,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Rhea took it from him. I was like, took it where? Does she keep it in a jar on her shelf? Like,
Because like I was like wondering, like does it like come out
like a
like
dead
Transformers?
goldfish? You just like,
and then
Like
and then it goes,
goldfish. What the fuck?
I have no idea.
Dictron or some shit like that. I don't know.
I mean, there is a whole song called "Detachable Penis" about this guy who had a detachable penis and lost it. That I don't recommend you guys go listen to. However,
You can send me the link.
I'll send. Yeah, no, it was the end of the match with all of the interference and all the bullshit, and using Beth as the ploy to make Edge quit was fun. Rey Mysterio really did himself no favors by showing up and going out like a bitch.
I mean, where does this go from? We know now this whole issue is far from over. We're obviously going to get another match down the line with Edge taking on someone from Judgment Day. Some people were throwing in maybe like a mixed tag with Edge, Beth, and Ray maybe versus Finn, Damian, and Rhea, or maybe Finn. Or if AJ gets better, they can do a 4-on-4.
Intergender war games.
Yes, that's what
I mean-
I'm talking about.
If Ray is in that match, though, again, with the way they're setting it up, if you go intergender war games, it would be Beth, Edge, AJ, and Ray, Dom, Damian, Finn, and Rhea. If Ray's in that match, Dom has to be in that match. You can't do a match at this point and not have those two, so we can watch or Ray continue to be a terrible father and not punish his son, and just be like, I really don't like. This is not the Undertaker Kane, where Undertaker's like, I'm not going to fight my brother, and then like, this is just, you're a bad dad who doesn't know how to punish your child and should have spanked him more. Maybe he wouldn't be such a fucking prick.
I mean, if they want to make it happen, I would be interested in seeing it. But when
Same.
the only thing I'm thinking is we're obviously going to see the Bloodline as a team in War Games, but who would they go up against?
Why does everyone think that the Bloodline is going to be in War Games?
Because that's the perfect team right there. Even if you want to add Sami Zayn, I mean, you got Roman, the Usos, and Solo. If you want to make a 5-man team, throw Sami in. Because now I'm enjoying honorary Us, Sami. He cracks me the fuck up.
Who are they feuding with? Because Triple H
I
said
don't
War
know.
Games is going to be story driven. That's why I don't understand why everyone's like, oh, of course the Bloodline's going to be in it. Like, I don't see it. I don't know why the
I don't
Bloodline
know.
would be in it.
I don't
Yes,
know.
Justin.
I think what's gonna happen is that since the bloodline, when is this? When is Saudi Arabia? Is that before or after?
November 5th, and he's fighting Logan Paul.
Okay, so like, what if that story continues where Logan Paul gets a whole bunch of YouTube content creators, and then they
Oh,
are a
hell
team,
no. No.
and then they are a team, and then there we go. Mr.
I'm
Beast,
so old.
Mr. Beast,
I was
Mr.
going
Beast.
to say, I'm so old, I couldn't even name you YouTube content creators.
Jojo
that are
Siwa,
popular right
Jojo
now.
Siwa, Jojo
What the
Siwa.
fuck? Jojo C. Twat? Did you say
What's he gonna do? Grab PewDiePie and he's gonna show up? Like, what the fuck?
you have a name for that, Matt, that he just said? Jojo C. What? I was about to say twat, but
I mean, no, because she's not a wrestler from New Japan. It's not how that works.
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding.
My wife thought that Devon Sawa was JoJo Siwa when I was talking to her about the Chucky show. She thought that's who I was talking about, but other than that,
Casper. No, but like I don't know. I mean, because I'm kind of in the same thing too. Like I agree. Like, why does everyone think that the Bloodline will be War Games? I know, obviously, for obviously reasons, I understand. But like, what if they have everyone but Roman in the War Games match?
No,
You know,
I can't.
That would be the purpose, honestly.
no, okay.
I honestly don't see the Bloodline being in the War Games match. There's not. I mean, I know we're a ways away and it's around Thanksgiving, but we're about a month out. There's no, like, you can kind of see Damage Control and then a few other women possibly leading towards a War Games match.
See, they were bringing up maybe like Alexa turning heel and joining Damage Control in War Games, or at first they said the same about, like, they were making fantasy booking like they did, like Bianca, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and someone threw Raquel as a fourth member, or she turned
Candice
heel.
LeRae?
Oh no! Now with Candice LeRae, that could be a team, but everybody thinks Alexa's going to turn heel and join Damage Control, and then they'd have to find a fourth member to join Asuka, Bianca, and Candice LeRae.
You need to find a new timeline because those people are stupid. I don't see Alexa turning heel at all. No idea why that would happen. If anyone right now, it's going to be Nikki Cross coming back without the superhero gimmick as a heel. Possibly Crazy Nikki, because she lost to Candice and flipped out and took her mask off and all that. So if Candice joins their team, that would kind of make sense. And that's the Nikki Candice feud going on after that is something that they can carry on. So I'd say Damage Control and Nikki, if not a returning like Charlotte or something. And then that women's 4-man team or 4-woman team.
So if they were saying they're doing 2, so you have that one. And then your second one would be Judgment Day versus Ray, AJ, Beth, and Edge, technically. Yeah. If they can, Triple H obviously could make it happen, give us the thumbs, because he's actually given us what we want. He already brought everybody. He damn near just about brought everybody back. I mean, is there anybody else that y'all really want back that got released? I mean, Bray was like the top of the list, and now we just got him back. Is there like anybody else on a higher level than Bray y'all wanted back that was released that I can't recall?
That was released. I mean, Keith Lee probably would be mine.
I don't see
Aleister Black for me.
Yeah, but they've all got contracts. They're not.
Yeah, see, that's like the problem. Yeah.
Cody's like a low release. Same with the whole Andrade bullshit right now.
Right. Alberto Del Rio.
And that shit is not a fucking work. Everybody said that him and Sammy thing was a work. I said there ain't no fucking way that shit's a work.
Well, now that Bray Wyatt's back, you could easily bring Rowan, and you could bring Bo Dallas back.
Well, no, I'd have Bo. I always said Bo should have joined Bray Wyatt. I know Bo didn't want to. He wanted to do his own thing, but it wasn't working. So I would love to have, I thought Bo should have been like the human incarnation of Ramblin' Rabbit. I thought that would have been perfect. Alexa could have been Abigail. I do not want to see Braun Strowman or Eric Rowan back with Bray Wyatt anytime soon.
Someone brought up Dexter Lumis would be a part of Bray's group. You?
Yeah.
You said that?
I said there are 3 people right now in WWE who just seem to be doing random shit that are kind of in that vein that could be part of Bray's group, and that's Dexter because he's just randomly choking out The Miz for no reason. You've got Karrion Kross, who just randomly showed up and decided to pick a fight with Drew McIntyre, and then Braun Strowman, who thought, "Oh, I'm just going to run around and beat up the tag division for shits and giggles by myself." But then they turned Braun kind of, I don't know what the fuck they like. I don't know what Braun is right now, other than a fucking human train. Like I don't know what if he's a good guy, if he's a bad guy. Same with Dexter. Karrion Kross is obviously the heel in that feud, so.
They also said,
did you realize when the Bray Wyatt stuff happened that the Mercy character had gloves on? So immediately I went, "Oh, is that Dexter?"
Possibly, but also the Huskus character had like full sleeves as if they were trying to hide tattoos.
Yeah, it had on like pink sleeves.
Yeah, but also Huskus also had a stomach. So I was thinking maybe Huskus might be Joe Gacy.
I don't want to see that at all either. They've ruined Joe Gacy for me.
Hell, every time I say his name now, I'm accidentally going to probably say John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah.
No, we
but
killed
really,
that. That's not a thing anymore because they ruined it. He was fun and now he's not. So he lost. I stripped him of his title of Wayne.
Yeah.
He's no longer
Hell,
Joe Wayne
when I was
Gacy.
watching the Dahmer series, when I saw John Wayne Gacy pop up, how many times I said Joe Gacy instead of John Wayne Gacy? Because I fucking mixed the names up. And they were talking about, there's a rumor they're supposed to bring Sarah Logan back.
I looked like she was back on SmackDown in a vignette with the Viking Raiders.
Right.
Awesome.
That'd be cool.
I could smell her braids through the TV.
What does it smell like?
Red Snapper, probably.
I was gonna say a motorcycle rally or something, but okay.
Real quick, because I do have to go. I wanted to just say, because I know we're leading into the Fiend returning in the fire pit. Both things were
Maybe.
awesome. The fire pit, the Fiend showing up was awesome.
The fire pit.
The fire pit. What did
Fight
I say?
pit.
Fight pit. That's what I'm saying. That's right. Yeah, all things were awesome. They were super dope, and I'm glad that the Finn is back. Yeah, but guys, thanks for having me. This was great. Let's do this again.
Oh, absolutely. Before you go, let them know where they can find you on social media and your show.
Oh yeah, they can find me on the Get Your Podcast on the Twitter, Get Your Podcast on Instagram. When I'm not doing that, I'm usually on Marks and Mikes. Me and Matt and Katie did a Chucky thing. We talked about all the shows and the movies and season 1 leading up to
Hell
season
yeah.
2 on Getting Off. So you can find that on his channel. I do have other avenues of podcasts. I got Lich on Diaries, talk about adulting, and yeah, with Jizzy from the Dadass Girls. So yeah, check me out.
Hell yeah, man. Always welcome. Come back whenever you get the chance, bro.
You can see
All
his
right.
dick on Reddit.
Yeah, later, homies.
Later. He's like, I got my eye on you.
You hit leave studio, Justin. You
I'm doing that right now.
Technology is difficult.
All right, so we get to this fight pit match. So Daniel Cormier looked like he put some weight on. First off, I didn't realize he was that fucking chunky. And I like Seth Rollins paying homage to Rob Van Dam in the Wolverine look.
That was dope.
That was dope. Hell, fuck! What a year! What a year! While Matt sinks that match in, because I know he's gonna have a lot to say, and I'm definitely gonna give him that floor in a bit. But what I'm talking about, the Seth Rollins, the fucking shit he did throughout the fucking year. First, the goddamn shield gear, the polka dots. What else? Fucking Elton John. What else he did? The Wolverine, Rob Van Dam shit. What else he did? That was crazy. I don't even know what you want to call his WrestleMania attire. I thought like he took Becky Lynch's ring gear and wore it at WrestleMania against Cody.
What was the one that I was confused on what the fuck it was? I think it was the one that when he first faced Riddle.
That was
Couldn't tell
Elton
what-
John. That was Elton John, where he looked. Yeah, he was paying homage to Elton John, where he looked like a devil, and he had the wings and everything. Yeah, he was paying homage to Elton John.
All right, I couldn't figure out what the fuck that was.
So I'm gonna let Matt talk first. I know he's got a lot.
Let
To...
Justin and Jeremy talk about it.
Let's see. What's the best for last? Okay.
Maybe we should talk first.
All right.
So,
go ahead.
I thought the match overall was all right. I feel like the ending was a little bit rushed. I don't know if it was an audible because someone fucked something up on that senton from the top. I don't know.
Oh,
if-
don't beat around the bush. Not someone specific. Someone specific fucked up his senton off the top of the cage and blew his asshole out. I thought it was Seth Rollins screaming in pain, and I realized it was Riddle because he probably something went up his asshole, or his asshole, like the innards of his intestines came out of his asshole when he landed, because it was him screaming in pain from landing on his ass and maybe hurting Seth Rollins because he is unsafe and a curse in the WWE. So yeah, somebody is Matt Riddle. Continue.
Like I was saying, I don't know who got hurt more, I should say, if it was Riddle's anus or Seth Rollins' ribs, but I feel like either way, the ending was rushed and inaudible because one of the two, if not both, were pretty injured, because it feels like they did the big spot where Riddle fucking blew his asshole out like X-Pac, and then
God damn it.
and then they lock in the submission. Seth rams him into the cage a bunch of times. They drop, and then he taps. I just feel like the ending was rushed and anticlimactic. It felt like they were reaching that final gear of like the final gear that most matches reach when they're about to reach the finish, and it felt like they just rammed headfirst into a wall because either again Riddle tore his fucking scrotum, or fucking Seth Rollins has a protruding rib out of his abdomen,
or Seth Rollins' protruding rib went up.
He sodomized him?
Yeah,
with a rib.
Good Lord.
Imagine getting sodomized with a fucking broken rib.
How about no? I will destroy someone's asshole.
I think Riddle's
Speaking of
asshole.
destroyed assholes, Justin, what were your thoughts?
I thought it was all right. Like, I think the other two fight pit matches were way better than this. Like, I don't know what it was. This just felt off. And then, yeah, I thought the ending did kind of feel like it was like an on the fly chain like thing to just get to the end here. It was weird because it's just like Riddle was definitely in way more pain than Seth was, which was amazing, which I surprised the shit out of me. Like, I don't know. I liked the ending, but I kind of thought it was like rushed at the same time. Because I liked it because it was like Seth trying to break out of it, and it looked like he was about to, but Riddle just had like the longer grip on him to stay in there and squeeze it tighter, and then he tapped out. And I'm just like, all right, I don't hate it, but I don't know. I definitely wouldn't put this above the other two fight pit matches.
I also don't think Daniel Cormier added anything to this match that warranted him being special guest referee.
Hell no.
Besides,
It just made him look. It made him look like an asshole. Like don't touch me. You fight him. Don't fight me.
Yeah, he was the special guest referee because Fight Pit is sort of like UFC.
He was everything WWE fans say is wrong with Aubrey Edwards that I don't see.
I don't see him as a ref. I see him more as a fighter or a commentator, because that's what he does now in the UFC. He commentates the fights now with Dana White and shit.
All right, you want me to go, or are you going to talk, Marcus?
Well, before I even think that Bray was going to show up, something told me, what if Brock fucking showed up? Because, the whole they wanted to try and work that out. When he won his last UFC heavyweight title, he called Brock Lesnar out in 2018, and it was a fight that we didn't get, which I'm kind of glad we didn't get, because I fucking hated UFC Brock. It was a bigger fucking asshole than what we've been getting recently in the past. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Daniel Cormier. That was kind of it made it look good. It made it feel more like MMA style, but I felt like it didn't need to happen. But then again, how would it look with a real fucking WWE official referee in that fight pit? You think it would have been anything lesser, or you think it'd have been much better?
Could have got Kurt Angle again. Could have got Ken Shamrock. Could have got plenty of other people that would have been better than Cormier.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't seem well to me. Like, I was happy to hear he was coming, but then I was just like, I don't see it in him. Like, don't just invite him back as a fan. Don't invite him to be a referee again. He's so big. He's probably bigger than Keith Lee now. I don't even want to see him in the ring with Brock Lesnar.
You know they're going to do it at Saudi Arabia.
No, I thought they were going to do Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia.
Cormier is going to come out during a Riddle Seth Rollins thing. He's going to come out, and then Brock Lesnar's theme song is going to pop, and then there's going to be a big old stare down between Brock Lesnar and Daniel Cormier, and they're going to make it official for fucking Saudi Arabia, and it's going to be exactly like the Brock Lesnar Cain Velasquez match.
Garbage.
Awful.
He's not even in shape to wrestle Brock Lesnar. I don't think you have to worry about that.
And I thought we were going to get a Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley feud for the U.S. title. Supposedly, that was another rumor that got started. I don't see it happening. I don't see Brock going after a mid-card title. But then again, the U.S. title is technically the new world title for Raw until they actually split these fucking belts back up.
He's prepping. He's prepping.
Matt's getting ready.
Here it comes.
While he's still getting ready, do you see Seth Rollins winning that title against Lashley on Monday night, or will Lashley retain?
No.
Yes, actually.
You think Seth wins the title?
Yeah, I think he's going to. I feel like they're going to try to this is going to be their way to leverage out the last match and give it some extra stakes to it. They're going to be like, let's just add the United States title in there because that'll make it better. I would hate that with a freaking passion, but you can see it happening.
I need a fucking drink before he starts talking, and I just watched the second trailer for that.
If he makes you laugh, then it's going to spew out of your nose, and then we caught it on camera.
That's what I want to happen.
It wouldn't be the first time Marcus has spewed on camera.
Yeah, after I was called a fucking California raisin.
Damn it, where's the weight? Why is he not pumping the weight right now?
I brought it upstairs.
And the rumors are true. I'm sorry. And the rumors are true. They did make a fucking horror Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, and it actually looks pretty dope.
I want to fucking see it now.
And they're making a horror Grinch, but that's not what we're here to talk
yes,
about. What we're here to
I
talk about
saw that.
Is
I'm going on mute.
Matt Riddle. Here's the thing. Honestly, at the end of the day, Bray Wyatt came back, and that overjoyed me and surpassed any issues that I had with this match. I could care less at that point. I was so ecstatic. However, Seth Rollins didn't lose that match. Daniel Cormier screwed Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had the match won. Daniel Cormier refused to count while Seth was sitting in the corner yelling at him to count. He kept checking on his buddy Riddle and gave him enough time to recover so that he could make his to the feet. So Seth Rollins didn't. I mean, the record books say he lost, but in my mind, Seth Rollins won that match and he got screwed. The only thing that I really wanted to happen that didn't happen was when they were up on the balcony and Seth was running with the power bomb. I was hoping he was going to go through the cage and down to the floor, and then just kind of explode. Like Final Destination had a marathon on today, and there's this one, I think it's Final Destination 4 or 5, where there's a gymnast. And she's like flipping and flipping and flipping, and the girl lands on attack, and it knocks over the powder, and the powder blows, and then she falls. And she does like a flip and lands, but when she lands, she just like splatters, and like her leg breaks, and that's what I was kind of hoping was going to happen with that buckle bomb, and it didn't. So that was disappointing. But yeah, no, Daniel Cormier screwed Seth Rollins over. It is what it is. I mean, that's on Daniel Cormier. Seth did his best and fulfilled everything I needed him to fulfill, and he just didn't have the ref in his corner. So that, when, you swing the way that Riddle swings and you go out looking for handsome dudes with big dicks to share with your girlfriend, and she leaks all the text messages about it online, you tend to meet people and have relationships that benefit you in matches like this, where, you may have given the hand job to the ref at one point in, an orgy or something. So I don't blame Seth Rollins for losing this. I'm not mad at it. Everyone's like, the logical conclusion of the match is that Matt Riddle would win after everything. I didn't give a fuck about logic. I just didn't want to see Matt Riddle get anything. I was hoping if The Fiend came back, he would come back during the match and he'd beat the shit out of Matt Riddle because he's friends with Randy Orton to get back at Randy Orton. and then Seth would still get the win. I thought that would have been a dope move to go with. There were a lot of things I wanted to happen. None of them ended up being how the match ended. However, cutting Riddle's celebration short to give me what I really wanted, which was the return of The Fiend, satisfied me in ways seeing Seth Rollins beat Matt Riddle could never, for the third, fourth, fifth time, whatever it is now. Yeah, good for you. You got one, bitch. Congrats.
Now, rewind the clock a bit. What was your reaction when Rollins beat him at Clash at the Castle?
Oh, I was ecstatic. I exploded. I was happy. It was the right call. It's the call they should have made tonight too.
That
Matt Riddle should never win another match in his career.
And why is he still doing the RKO?
Because he can't get because when he does his own moves, he blows his asshole out. That's why. And because he is so synonymous with Randy Orton's moveset now that he stole that they don't even know what to fucking call his moves anymore. Oh, it's the floating bro. No, it's the Broton. And nobody knows what his fucking moves are called because they're all fucking stupid. And they've got stupid fucking names because he's fucking stupid.
What were they calling it? They tried to call it the Bro KO at one point. Then they went back to RKO.
RK Bro.
RK.
I just call it the BRO, and that's it.
The BRO, yeah.
I call it fucking theft.
Copyright.
Okay, hear me out on this. This would actually be funny, but before I even say, what's the word now on Randy Orton? I know he had a severe injury. Any word on when he's supposed to come back?
When Riddle is dead and the curse is exercised and he can return safely.
Something tells me let's say maybe not Royal Rumble. Let's say he comes back on an episode of Raw and then just turns on Riddle and we get a Orton Riddle feud potentially at WrestleMania. RK Bro is dead.
Nope. What I need now, because they did it, is number one, most importantly, if Randy Orton comes back, I need him to immediately be eviscerated by Bray Wyatt, set on fire, and Bray to finally get the comeuppance that he has been deserved since WrestleMania, since Randy Orton wrongfully got the win over Bray Wyatt, so that can be handled. And in the meantime, I need Bray Wyatt to butt fuck the shit out of Matt Riddle leading up to that match. Week in, week out, just embarrass him, drown him in a pool of his own feces and piss, whatever needs to happen. Just embarrass Matt Riddle as an example to Randy Orton. So, and then they can feud. Then Randy can turn on Riddle. Randy can turn on Riddle and be like, "You're a weakness, and I need to, suck you out like poison." Because you're making me weak, and I need to go back to the old Randy who had a killer instinct and didn't like to smoke weed and hang out with losers. Like,
okay.
The one spot I really wanted to happen during Fight Pit, I wanted Rollins to be up on the banister and Riddle out on the ground, and I wanted Rollins to leap from the banister and hit him with a stomp from the top of the banister of the Fight Pit.
He probably would have broke his fucking leg or something doing that. I was hoping he'd do a frog splash off the top of the platform.
I was hoping he was going to be up on the banister with Riddle, and then put Riddle's head on the bottom of his foot, and then just jump off,
or just throw him like Braun threw Shane off the top of the cage at WrestleMania.
If you've watched Halloween 2018, there's a scene with Dr. Sartain, where Dr. Sartain is laying on the ground. Michael comes up and he's begging Michael to say something, and Michael just stomps his fucking face. That's what I was hoping I was going to see at the
pops like a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only scene I can mainly remember from Halloween 2018 was when he killed the podcasters in that gas station bathroom, and he rammed the dude's fucking head in the fucking wall or the door.
That's the only scene you can remember from that movie?
One of the only kill scenes I remember besides the random people he killed, hitting that old black woman with the fucking shop hammer and then going in that woman's house while she's on the phone and fucking just strangled her and then stabbed her and then killed Allison's stepdad or dad, whatever he was, strangled him.
There's the kid that he impaled through the jaw on the fence.
That was fucking cool as shit. Where it went through his neck. off the
Yeah.
top of his head.
Or the
With the
cops that
sound
he killed,
effect.
and one he turned into a jack-o'-lantern with his own flashlight.
You find it weird in the 1978 film. There was no bloodshed in all the kills, but the second one, oh yeah, they had. When I watched Halloween 2, probably one of the funniest scenes ever was when he killed the couple in the fucking hot tub. Well, he drowned the bitch, but burned her face because he had the water temperature really high, and he kept like shoving her head in and out.
Why she got to be a bitch? What was wrong? She was a nice lady.
Because I don't know her name in real life. Holla if you hear me.
So if you don't know a woman's real name, you just call her a bitch?
I stole that line from Cat Williams. Like, it's a respectful way to say I don't know your name individually. Holla if you hear me. It's some line Cat Williams said.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
She was a nice lady. And she didn't deserve to go out.
No, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go to like.
She's actually my
Not to
aunt,
mention,
and I'm a little offended.
Okay.
not to mention, she also gave Michael some action. Little fingernail.
Yeah, she sucked on his finger, or she was like rubbing on. Or I don't know. I don't remember what.
She put it in her mouth.
Yeah, and it probably tastes
It was
like
weird.
shit.
We talked about that at Thanksgiving.
Tasted like 19 hours worth of dried blood.
I know we always bash Jamie Lee Curtis and her whatever addiction she had in real life and everything, but yeah, I didn't think she looked that bad in 1981. She was what, like 21 years old when she shot Halloween 2?
Yeah.
Everybody says she was fucking ugly back then. I was like, she just had a big nose, but I didn't think she was that bad in Halloween 2.
I want to get rid of. I want to hear what Ritter's gonna say. I want to hear what you got to say about the episode 1 about season 2 of Chucky.
You're gonna have to wait for that.
Oh man.
So yeah, I saw that. I don't know if I want to see it. I heard it's like that. That's how bad and scary it was. You plan on seeing Smile?
Probably not in theaters. I don't have the free time that I used to go see movies like that, and you can't take a 2-year-old to the theater to go watch something like that, or at least you shouldn't if you're a decent parent. So I've reserved my babysitter for Halloween Ends that Saturday. That'll probably be the only horror movie in theaters I catch, but once it comes out on demand, I'm absolutely going to rent it and check it out.
Oh yeah, I already got my tickets pre-ordered for Halloween Ends. I'm going this Saturday.
I'll be watching it on Peacock.
I had to do that with the black phone because they didn't fucking play it in Dylan and Jordan's area, and we were gonna go see it, and I had to wait till it streamed on Peacock, and I finally watched it. It was fucking awesome. It wasn't even scary at all. There was no jump scares. I really liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
It was pretty good.
And the black phone.
One person died that entire movie on screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think about it,
Anyway,
Justin.
screw the rules.
I can tell that you're thinking about it, but I can't really see your face because it's hidden behind your name.
What am I thinking?
Well, I said one person died, and you kind of went like this, and I thought you were thinking,
I thought too, but
who?
I'm thinking like.
Well,
I was thinking,
remember he killed his brother. He chopped his fucking head with the axe when his brother found out his fucking secret basement, and then the boy fucking strangled the guy, and then he broke his neck.
Well,
Strangled
yeah, if
the
you count
grabber.
the killer, then yes, the grabber counts as a death, but the grabber killed one person on screen the entire movie.
And it was his brother.
Yes.
Yep.
Everything else was implied off screen.
Yeah, everything was flashbacks. But it was still crazy, like all that time. Like he was trying to investigate, and it was in his fucking house the whole time. The kid was in his fucking house the whole time, and then the bodies were across the street at an abandoned house.
His brother was a fucking idiot.
You got to give it to Ethan Hawke. He did an amazing job in that movie.
You want to give it to Ethan Hawke?
I said I'm gonna give it to Ethan Hawke for
Oh, you're going to give it to Ethan Hawke. He doesn't even have a say in this.
yeah.
It's gonna happen.
I'm giving him the credit he deserved for playing that role so good.
The credit.
Like I'm giving him an applause. How about that? Giving him a standing. Well, I'm
Hand
sitting
job.
down.
penis.
No.
What?
It's just like Evan Peters. I thought Evan Peters did awesome as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Did you give him a hand job too?
No. No, he was gonna make me watch TV with him, then I could go home. All those fucking memes. I loved all the memes, like where they have the box TV and they just paste something as like, we're gonna watch this and then you can leave, or we're gonna watch this and then we're gonna take photos.
Shit.
It's funny they used what's his face, the fucking dad from Step Brothers, to play his dad, and he always plays a shitty dad in movies.
Yeah.
But he's
always shitty dad movies.
I can't remember his fucking name, and I said his name on the series. But you remember Step Brothers?
Yes.
No, I'm talking to Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
dad,
you remember Step Brothers.
Dale's dad,
You do.
Doback, Dr. Doback, the actor who played Doback's dad. He's the guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer's dad in the series.
Shit.
He ate the dude's liver. Holy crap. That was a crazy scene.
Did he pair with a nice Chianti?
And he fucking like cooked it like a steak. That's what it was like. What the fuck?
Did he with some fava beans and a nice Chianti?
I don't know, but he oiled the fucking pan and threw salt and pepper and seasoned it, and then just took that bite like a fucking shy bitch. Like,
So I've been retweeting for like 3 years now. This conversation that I had with my wife, where one day we were sitting down before we had our daughter, and she told me, probably because I was sitting on the couch with my hand in my pants, that when I become a father, I'm going to be like Ted Bundy. At which point I looked at her and I'm like, "You mean Al Bundy? Those are two very different
yeah,
things."
Ted Bundy was a serial killer.
So now
Yikes.
every year I make a comment about how this year it was 2 years down, still haven't killed anybody.
Hey,
Now, when you said you were going to be like Al Bundy, you were going to sell shoes and brag you scored 4 touchdowns in a single game.
No, I just sit on the couch and touch my nuts a lot.
and talk shit.
Yeah,
Talk
I
shit
do.
to-
I do talk a lot of shit.
And talk shit to your wife and your dog, and then if you have a son down the road, because Al had 2 kids, he had a son and a daughter.
I just talk about my high school football career all the time.
Yeah, I scored 4 touchdowns in a single game.
I did not. I played offensive line. I didn't score shit.
oh,
I was going to be the next Olin Kreutz. Nobody even knows who the fuck Olin Kreutz is.
nope.
You're gonna make me want to Google that.
He was the center for the Bears.
I was gonna say he was probably a Chicago Bear or something.
Mhm.
No, the only Bear I'll always remember outside of Brian Urlacher or something would probably be William Perry.
The only one?
And Jay Cutler don't count. He sucked.
I mean, not just about Brandon Marshall, Julius Peppers.
Y'all had one of y'all running backs was from Louisiana, Matt Forte.
Matt Forte, Gary Payton.
Now y'all got fucking shitty quarterback Justin Fields.
I mean, we've had shitty quarterbacks for as long as I've been alive. So
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky was another one.
see, look at you. You say the only one I remember, and then you list off like 40 different fucking players.
I'm talking
from the
about.
Bears. You are a liar, Marcus.
I'm talking
You're a
about.
liar.
I'm talking about before I came out my father's balls. I'm talking about those Chicago Bears that I wasn't
You
alive
didn't say
to see.
that. You didn't say the only Bears I remember. First off, so when you say before you came out of your father's balls, were you still in the shaft when you started remembering Bears players, or was it post ejaculation as a sperm swimming to your mom? You know, swimming up the vaginal canal to the eggs to be fertilized. Can you name Bears from that point, or was it after you were given birth to?
I don't know. I was always told that mom stood by the microwave when she was pregnant with me. So That just shows how stupid I am. I actually broke his character. He's laughing. This is a historic moment right here. I made Matt Ritter fucking cringe.
Oh.
No one, Tim, not even fucking Tim ever made you cringe like that.
I've been made to laugh before on my show.
No, I've never seen you laugh like that.
I have.
I couldn't even make other fucking certain people laugh like that.
You didn't say that to them. I think if you had, you would have got them.
No, they would just look at me and call me an asshole or say you're so stupid.
No,
Jesus.
the microwave thing was really good. That was probably the best thing I've ever heard you say, Marcus.
My God. Holy fuck.
I was proud of that one. I'm proud of you. There was one other thing you did that was really funny that I liked, and I
Okay,
told you
what
that.
was
And I don't,
that? What was
I don't
that?
remember what it was. I don't know. I told you about it. I don't remember what it was. But
Was
I gave
that-
you props for some joke you made a while back when the group chat was still the league.
Yeah, probably when we did the league chat. I probably told Ryan something and it made you laugh.
But this was good. This is up there. Top 2 comments of all time for Marcus.
That's right.
All right, go.
The other one I
Marcus.
don't remember. So right now it's top.
Acknowledge me on that. Yeah. I think we're done for the night.
Oh, you don't want to hang out and talk about your mom standing around microwaves and shit anymore?
No, she's old, so
Does it have to do with anything?
So she can't stand around a microwave anymore?
I mean she can. It's just there's nothing in there, but
Like in the microwave, she doesn't eat.
no, I'm not talking about in the microwave.
He's talking about in his mother's ovaries,
Oh,
where they
okay.
keep
It's
the
not like
eggs.
there's nothing in the microwave. Like he just put himself in the microwave.
Again.
Yeah. Again.
We'll never ever again with both my parents. Never ever again with both my parents.
God.
I don't know. Your dad can still pop some shit out.
Dude, my dad popped his last kid out when he was 41 years old. And now he's 56.
But I'm saying, like, he could still knock somebody up. You could meet like a nice 18-year-old girl and, get her
Oh,
pregnant
God.
at some point with daddy issues
Yeah.
Daddy issues.
or grandpa issues, whatever you want.
Oh Lord.
No.
It's like some Pornhub shit right there.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like those fucked up porns where like a girl comes over and then she like walks into the bathroom and she's her boyfriend's dad's dick and it's huge, and then she starts fucking her boyfriend's dad and he's really old and got gray hair and shit.
And then she calls him daddy.
Yeah. And then the guy catches his girlfriend fucking her dad and he's all upset.
Kills himself, jumps off the bridge or something.
That is never in a porn. Yeah, see?
No.
The camera stops rolling before that happens. You never see that. That's a big buzzkill right there.
Well, I was talking about real life situations. Like if that happened in real life.
Well, I think if that happens in real life, you just never speak to that person or your father again, and you move on in life and try to make better decisions.
I don't know if you could. I don't know if anyone could. If I could ever move on in life, if that ever happened like that, Jesus Christ, that's
telling me if
fucking
you
hard.
walked in and you saw your dad with a girl that you were seeing, and he popped his head up from between her legs and said, "Tastes like Subway lettuce, son. You were right." Like, that wouldn't, like, you couldn't recover from that.
no. I'm gonna have that fucking nightmare. Like he just fucking stole my line and my bitch.
You're not just gonna drop a one-liner and just tell him eat fresh and that's it.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Well, after that, I think we all should sign off.
Yeah.
Justin, Jeremy, it was nice seeing you. Marcus, it was nice seeing you. Jeremy, what's your favorite Swerve in Our Glory match?
The one where they won the match and then
It just gets worse. This question just gets worse every time.
Probably the one that just happened. Yeah.
All right. If you would like to find any of us, you can find us at the UW Pod.
Yes.
Nick and Nick
And Nick.
and Nick. I don't know how cameras work. Nick.
And
The
Nick.
one that drinks
There we
all
go.
the wine.
There you
That's
go.
where my arm's gonna go. And Nick. and Nick.
Nick.
We do interviews. Great shit.
Yeah, we're interviewing.
We just interviewed Mike Chioda.
No, wait. Somebody got Al Snow coming up. I got drunk with him on Bourbon Street one time. Who was it? Him that's
Did you do
interviewing
that?
him? No. We talked about Head. I said, "Where is Head?" He's like, "Oh, she's probably fucking some bitch."
Who the fuck just did Al? Who the fuck just? God damn, that just sound wrong.
Yeah, who fucking fucked Al Snow?
Who interviewed Al Snow? Jesus Christ!
It was in the group chat. They posted the link and everything. I gotta fucking scroll up a lot and see who did that shit.
It definitely wasn't the UW Pod.
I miss a lot
Yeah.
because I come in and you guys are talking about football and not just any like college football. Like, come on, grow the fuck up. Like, you guys aren't in college anymore. You guys haven't been in college for fucking ever. Like, get the fuck out of here. You even go to LSU?
Not anymore.
Did you ever attend LSU?
I didn't attend the LSU. I attended one of its like junior colleges it owned.
That does not count.
I know it don't count, but that was probably one of the only schools I fucking just got in that was having the major in the program I was majoring in and all that shit.
It would make more sense if you went back, like, because I'm assuming you graduated from high school. If you went
Yes.
back and like cheered on your local high school football team than LSU, because you didn't even go to LSU. Like, well, why the fuck are you watching college football? Come on now.
Because college football is fucking more. I mean, NFL's more on the money. I don't know. Colleges is more of the atmosphere and all the fucking crazy outbursts and shit. And then they actually fucking sell alcohol at the games too now.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
all
know.
those players that you guys are like, oh, they're so great, and I can't wait to see them in the NFL get up there and can't play for shit.
Yeah. Yeah, about 60% of them. Yeah, and then they got some that don't even make it to the NFL.
Yeah. But he was so good in college.
I don't know. College is just a different vibe of awesome.
It's football's AEW. It's cool if you like it. You like it. Like,
It's not my favorite thing. I just can't get into it as much like everybody else does. I feel so like awkward going in there and everyone's talking football, and I'm like, oh god, I feel weird.
that's why I just post random fucking memes from Waterboy.
Now like nights like tonight, I turned down watching college games because I wanted to watch Bray Wyatt return. I watched WWE tonight.
But you didn't turn down college games because you told us that you missed shit because you went in to go check the score.
I was
So
doing
you
it
couldn't even disconnect.
Yeah, but that was during a bad match or two. The rest of the night,
It
I
wasn't a bad match.
it was less. I wouldn't say bad. I'll say less interesting.
There was a picture of you flipping off the camera. Like,
Yeah, because we were already pissed off about the loss. We forgot to take a picture together in the stadium, and then Dylan was like, "I'll get my brother to take it." And Jordan straight up said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go pour some water on my face so I can look like I'm crying after that loss."
All right.
Oh,
You
shit.
can follow me at Matt Ritter, the LMATTRIDDR on Twitter only. Also, Getting Off Pod is our new podcast, and we do that now, and it's a horror podcast, and it's the #1 horror podcast on Pornhub, and you can follow them at Getting Off. Also, Creation
That-
World is the banner under which the Smack and Raw podcast and Getting Off exists, and you can follow them at ITSTREATIA World, Creation World. It's Creation World on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find them at creationworld.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World, and we have a Facebook page, and it is facebook.com/group/Smack and Raw. So if you found me entertaining or funny or want to see more of me, then go do that. If not, fuck you.
Little fight with your head.
sounded like an automated message the whole time.
He sounded like Nick from the UW Pod.
Wow.
Nick has a beautiful voice.
He just talks like this a lot. You think that's how he just talks to a woman in
Yeah,
bed?
he's
He's just
sensual.
I'm gonna sip.
If you were as sensual as Nick from the UW Pod, you wouldn't be eating Subway lettuce and shit that leaves a burn in your mouth.
Also, you'd be incredibly short, apparently.
I am incredibly
Hey,
short.
hey.
I am incredibly
I
short. I'm 5'9"
Apologize for all of that.
and I am incredibly short.
5'9" is not incredibly short.
To me, it is.
Yeah, that's not short.
If I cannot reach the top of my own fucking fridge, I'm fucking short.
Not a lot of
You have a
people
really
can
big
reach that
fridge.
I mean, I just got a fucking stainless steel fridge.
What the hell are you
How'd
putting on
you-
top of your fridge anyway?
Why don't you move the camera over to the fridge and let's see you go over there
Whiskey.
and
I can't. My shit's like all fucking manted on the goddamn desk. I can't take shit off.
Son of a bitch.
turn it
This-
like I
This
go like this.
this camera is built in the camera slot. The camera pops in and out. It's connected to my monitor. Like I'll push it down, it's gone. I'll pop it up. It's like connected to my monitor. I can't.
But you
move
can't
it.
turn your monitor.
No, everything's like fucking just displayed and manted the way it was. I can't move it.
Why don't you grab your desk and spin it?
No, my
Yeah,
desk
move
is.
the desk.
I got too much shit. and Too much.
I thought you were about to say
memorabilia.
my desk is super glued to the floor. It won't move.
No, I got a fucking heavy desk and I got too much shit all in the middle. I have like two compartments. Like my middle compartment is my fucking router, a couple fucking football mini helmets and shit and pictures, and then the top is all a collection of beer bottles.
I was like you hesitating to show us the bathroom that one night.
That was on my PC. No, not my PC. That was on this right here. Before I bought this PC, I was fucking recording on this.
Shit.
When I was walking around the bathroom, I was holding this in my fucking hand. Fucking $1,300 fucking laptop. I was scared I was gonna drop.
I looked on the phone, so
One
All right,
time I
well-
did get on my phone, but my phone's fucking in the other room charging where I keep those people.
Seeing as I plugged myself and I've got to pee and masturbate, I'm gonna go. You guys have fun.
All right, I'm going to. Well,
all right.
peace out, Matt. See you next time. I know you guys don't have Facebook because fuck Facebook, but let them close out where you can find you guys.
You can find us only on Twitter. You can find me at JustinTime211.
You can follow me at JeremyTime721.
In Time Wrestling Podcast on pretty much every platform except for Apple. Again, situation
Fuck
that
Apple?
no, Apple just wants to smoke, or I just can't do it because other than that, something that's beyond my control. But other than that, find the show, give it a listen, enjoy it if you enjoy it. If you don't, at least you got to listen to it once, and then you found out you didn't like it. So,
Well, I'm on Twitter at MarcusElite337. Podcast is on Twitter at World Elite Pod. We're also on Facebook. Follow us there. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll see a bunch of our live streams powered by StreamYard on that channel. This one is going to be on my personal one, but you go on our Facebook page again and YouTube to watch any of our prediction shows or interviews we've done in the past, or even topics that we did live streams on. Shout out to our badass sponsors, 80s Tees. I'm repping a shirt I got. It's Halloween. I got a Freddy vs. Jason shirt on. Got it from 80stees.com. Use World Elite as our promo code to get 30% off of your order. I got a Halloween shirt up in the back that I'm going to wear when I go see Halloween Ends. I bought it from the same website. I got Christmas shirts I'll be ordering when they come in. Get me some Griswold shirts from Christmas Vacation. Definitely getting that. So subscribe to us on all audio platforms, Spotify, Google Pod, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. And now Florally Podcast is a part of FloorSlapperSports.com, baby. TK's brand.
let's
So,
go.
and I'm also on once a week. Jordan and I do college football and NFL picks. So we have a segment called Who Wants to Hear Weekly Picks with Marcus? Hey, baby.
Nice.
Well, I had to come up with the name. I wasn't just going to call it Marcus Hayes Picks. I said I'm giving it a title, and I didn't want to. I wanted to think of something different. I was like, I don't want nothing with Nightwolf. I didn't want to do that. Then I was thinking, and I'm like, well, I've been saying Adam Cole vibes. Like I always say, who wants to hear a story? Who's ready for story time with Marcus Hay, baby? I'm like, who's ready for weekly picks with Marcus Hay, baby? Once a week on Wednesdays for college football. They usually drop on Wednesdays and Thursdays on FloorSlapperSports.com. The NFL picks. He don't give a fuck about Thursday night football, so he drops them on Sunday because all he cares about is the Sunday games and the Monday night football matchup.
Yep.
So, yep,
Good
this
stuff.
is the Worldly Podcast, and we'll see you guys maybe on our actual YouTube channel next time and instead of my personal one. So,
Yes.
good night, fuckers.